Hello my intelligent friends, welcome to the sixth lecture on the topic of bills of exchange. In the previous topic we have discussed the entries of discounting of a bill. What is the meaning of discounting of a bill? Discounting means selling the bill to the bank. So you get the money immediately even before the due date of the bill, and for that purpose the bank is going to charge you some discount charges. The discount charges which are considered by us in discounting of a bill are nothing but actually speaking interest on the advance which is provided by the bank to us, that is to the drawer. Only thing is that when we use the word interest, it implies that it is recovered at the time of completion of the transaction or completion of the loan agreement, whereas or maybe during the tenure of the loan agreement. Whereas when we are using the word discount, it implies that it is deducted from the principal component at the time of granting the advance itself. So we have called it as discount earlier. Now today's lecture I am going to talk about endorsement. This is the very special feature of bill of exchange. This is the feature which enables us, or which gives the name negotiable instrument to that instrument called as bill of exchange. Why bill of exchange is negotiable? Because it can be discounted with the bank, because it can be endorsed to somebody else. So the idea here is to understand the concept of endorsement and to understand how to record the journal entries for endorsement. So let us start with the problem now. Pallavi sold goods of Rs 25,000 to Vandana at 10% trade discount. Now please be careful, this 10% trade discount is not the discount charges which we had studied in the previous problem. This is trade discount, 11 standard, discount which is granted for bulk purchases. So it is never recorded in books of accounts. There are two types of discounts. One is called as trade discount and one is called as cash discount. Trade discount is at the time of sale of the goods. Cash discount is at the time of making of payment. Trade discount is never recorded in books. Cash discount is always recorded in books. So we are not going to consider 10% amount, but we are going to consider the value of the goods after deducting 10% for the purpose of recording the transaction of sale or purchase. On the same day, Vandana accepted a bill drawn on her for the amount due for 3 months. Pallavi endorsed the bill to her creditor Purva on 18th of February 2019. Give journal entries in the books of Pallavi, Vandana and Purva for the following. Number 1, bill was honored on the due date. Bill was dishonored on the due date, and bill was dishonored on the due date noting charges paid by Purva rupees 175. So these are the three different ends. We are talking about the third type of situation which may happen in the life of a bill, that is called as endorsement of a bill. So what is happening here? Pallavi sold goods, that means Pallavi is the seller and Vandana is the buyer. Pallavi is the creditor and Vandana is the debtor. So Pallavi can be drawer and Vandana is going to be the drawee. The goods are sold on which date? They are sold on 16th of February 2019. The goods are of the value rupees 25,000 minus 10% trade discount. So 25,000 minus 2,500, that goes to 22,500. So the value which will be recorded for the purpose of purchase sale transaction is 22,500. Then on the same day Vandana accepted a bill drawn on her for the amount due, that is amount is 22,500 for 3 months. Who drew the bill? It is the creditor who draws the bill. It is the seller who draws the bill. That means Pallavi is drawing the bill. Pallavi has drawn the bill and given it to Vandana for the purpose of acceptance. Vandana will put her signature. She will write those two words. So she will write the words accepted, put her signature, date of acceptance, and will give it back to Pallavi. Pallavi endorsed the bill to her creditor Purva on 18th of February 2019. Now what is the meaning of this? Try to understand. Try to visualize. There are two parties. One is Pallavi and one is Vandana. Pallavi is selling goods to Vandana. Pallavi is selling goods to Vandana. Let me draw it here. It will be easy for you to understand. There is Pallavi and then there is Vandana. There is Pallavi, there is Vandana. Pallavi is the seller. Okay, so let me change the color of Vandana. Okay, Pallavi is the seller. SELL to Vandana. Pallavi is the seller to Vandana. And Vandana is the buyer from Pallavi. So since she is the buyer, she is going to be the drawee and drawee of the bill. So what must have happened? Goods must have gone from Pallavi to Vandana. Goods. Okay. Now what should happen? If the goods are sold by Pallavi to Vandana, it is very obvious that Vandana should pay cash or Vandana should pay the check to Pallavi. But instead of paying cash or instead of paying check, what Pallavi is doing is Pallavi is accepting a bill drawn by Vandana is accepting a bill drawn by Pallavi. Since the goods are going from Pallavi to Vandana, Vandana should pay cash or Vandana should pay check to Pallavi. But Vandana doesn't have cash. Vandana is not interested in preparing check. So Pallavi is drawing a bill on Vandana and Vandana is accepting it, giving it back to Pallavi. So I can specify the next one is bill. Okay. So the bill is getting out from Vandana and it is going to Pallavi. What is going out? Bills receivable. This is, I'll call it as bill. This bill, when it is recorded by Pallavi, it will be called as bills receivable. And this bill, when it is recorded by Vandana, it will be called as bills payable. Okay. I hope it is easy for you to understand. Check it out. Pallavi sold goods to Vandana and then Vandana accepted a bill, gave it back to Pallavi. So it is called as bills receivable for Pallavi and it is called as bills payable for Vandana. Then what has happened? Thereafter, there is one more person whose name is Purva. Okay. So what has happened? It seems that this Purva has also sold goods, but she has sold goods to whom? She has sold goods to Pallavi. She has sold goods to Pallavi. So she becomes seller of goods to Pallavi, seller to Pallavi. And Pallavi becomes buyer from Purva. Pallavi becomes buyer from Purva. Now what can happen? Think about it. if Pallavi sold the goods and Vandana bought the goods, if Pallavi sold the goods and Vandana bought the goods, then Pallavi became the drawer. Pallavi became the drawer, okay, and drawer of the bill. Because the seller is the creditor, that means seller draws the bill. Seller is the creditor, that means seller draws the bill. So when Pallavi sold the goods to Vandana, Pallavi is going to draw the bill and Vandana is going to accept the bill. Pallavi becomes a drawer and Vandana becomes a drawee. First transaction is over. Pallavi is calling it as bills receivable, Vandana is calling it as bills payable, that is also over. Let us now consider second situation. Now Purva is the seller. We have already seen that the person who is the seller becomes a drawer. So Purva may specify that let me draw a bill on Pallavi. Just like Pallavi drew a bill on Vandana, which Vandana accepted and gave it back to Pallavi, which became bills receivable for Pallavi and which became bills payable for Vandana. Similarly, Purva may specify, I will draw a bill on Pallavi, which she will accept and will give it back to me. It will become bills receivable to me and it will become bills payable to Pallavi. So in that case, if it happens, in that case, Pallavi will have two different bills. One is bills receivable, which is going to come from Vandana, and one is bills payable, which is amount payable to Purva. So she will have two different bills. One will be her bills receivable and one will be her bills payable. This is how the situation will happen if Purva draws another bill of exchange on Pallavi and Pallavi accepts it and gives it back to Purva. However, what has happened? Pallavi is telling it to Purva, why are you drawing a new bill? If you are drawing a new bill, that means you have to again put a stamp on that bill. So you will have to again spend some money for the purpose of drawing the bill. Why are you wasting money? Anyway, this bill which I had drawn on Vandana and she has accepted and given it back to me. On this bill, it is already mentioned, after 3 months, pay me or my order a sum of rupees 22,500 for the value received. Understand the sentence. After 3 months, pay me or my order. So if I give this bill to Vandana on my own, on the due date, Vandana will pay me. If I give this bill to my employee and my employee goes to Vandana's house, Vandana will pay to employee. If I give this bill to you, that is Purva, and you go to Vandana's house on due date, Vandana will pay you. So why to draw a new bill? Anyway, the amount which I should pay to you is around 22,500 and I am already having one bill which is drawn by me, accepted by Vandana, payable after 3 months, and it is of rupees 22,500. It is not having just my name, but I have already mentioned there either pay me or pay my order. So if I am giving it to you with a name written with a signature put there, Purva will specify, that's a good thing, you are giving it to me. But what is the guarantee that Vandana will pay? Vandana may file a police complaint saying that Purva has stolen the bill. Then how can I prove it that I have not stolen the bill from you and it is you who have transferred the bill to me? Then Pallavi will specify, okay, very good, no problem, don't worry, I understand your concern. This is a genuine concern. What I will do, on the back side of the bill of exchange, the back page of the bill of exchange, I will put my signature and I'll say endorsed in favor of Purva. I'll specify endorsed in favor of Purva. So when you will give it to Vandana, if Vandana thinks of making a police complaint, you can show to her, just turn the bill of exchange, turn the back of bill of exchange, check out what is written. It is written by Pallavi in her own hands by putting her signature that she has endorsed it to me. That means I am not a person who has obtained the bill in an illegal manner or improper manner. I have obtained it in a proper manner. So now honor the bill. So this is a beautiful situation. Just like we transfer our currency notes to each other, here we are going to transfer the bill of exchange to each other. Now there is a chance that Purva on the due date may go to Vandana and ask for money, or it may also happen that Purva may endorse it in favor of somebody else, and that somebody else may again endorse it in the favor of somebody else. This process of endorsement may happen till the time the due date of the bill is not there. And on the day of due date, whoever is the holder of the bill at that point of time, that person will go to Vandana and will claim the money and Vandana will pay to that person. This is the beauty of negotiable instrument. This is the beauty of negotiable instrument. Try to understand the concept of endorsement. So what is going to happen now? Instead of I'll just change the idea here. Yeah. Instead of drawing a new bill by Purva and giving it to Pallavi for acceptance, Purva will specify, let me draw a new bill, and Pallavi will specify, no, don't draw a new bill. She will specify, I already have one bill with me, which I am going to endorse it to you. So please accept the bill which is endorsed to you. So seller to Vandana and drawee of the bill, buyer from Purva and endorser of the bill accepted by Vandana. And seller to Pallavi and endorsee of the bill drawn by Pallavi on Vandana and accepted by Vandana. So now what will happen? With a single bill of exchange, the entire transaction will be over. There is no need to consider separate bill of exchange again. So two different stamp duties will not have to be paid. The stamp duty which was paid earlier by Pallavi, that stamp value which was paid by Pallavi earlier, that itself is more than sufficient. Let me disappear from the screen. Check out this particular enlarged format now. Now I hope you can understand what is happening. The bills payable, which is called as bills payable by Vandana, is one bills payable, and there is no other bills payable. That bills payable of Vandana becomes bills receivable for Pallavi, that becomes bills receivable for Purva. I am repeating again, bills payable for Vandana becomes bills receivable for Pallavi, becomes again bills receivable for Purva. Purva may again endorse it to somebody else. So this process of endorsement may happen continuously up to the due date of the bill, and the person who holds the bill at that point of time on due date will go to Vandana, will ask her, pay the money. Vandana will just check, what is the name of yours? This is your name. Let me check. Why are you holding the bill? Let me check the backside of the bill. The different things are written there. Endorsed in favor of, okay, Pallavi endorsed it to Purva, Purva endorsed it to Sachin, Sachin endorsed it to Tanu, and Tanu endorsed it to maybe somebody else, and that somebody else is coming and demanding the bill from Vandana. That's how the things will be. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay. So this is how, and then the bill will be honored by Vandana, or it may be dishonored by Vandana. That depends. If it gets honored, how the entries will be. If it gets dishonored, how the entries will be. That is what we are going to learn. So this is the basic idea of endorsement. Endorsement means transferring the bill to somebody else to settle the second transaction. So there is one transaction of sale of goods. There is another transaction of sale of goods. For the first transaction of sale of goods, goods sold, this is the first transaction. The settlement is done by way of bill drawn and accepted. So the second transaction is by way of bill drawn and accepted, and third transaction is again sale of goods. And the fourth transaction is not drawing a new bill, but bill endorsed. So fourth transaction is bill endorsed. Bill endorsed. I hope it is clear to all of you for understanding. Okay, this is how the things will be. First, what happened? Goods are sold. Second, what happened? Bill drawn and accepted. Third, what happened? Again, goods are sold by somebody else to somebody else. And then bill is endorsed. So now no new bill is drawn and accepted, but the old bill, which was already lying with us as bills receivable, that itself is getting endorsed. I hope it is clear to all of you. Any difficulty? Okay, very good. If you want, you can draw the format. Pause the video for a second, draw the format, and then we'll go ahead. Okay. Yes. So this is the situation. Pause the video, draw the format, and then we can go ahead. Okay, let me duplicate the slide now for the purpose of writing the observation. So in this duplicate slide I am removing the diagram. What are the observations? Observations, just a minute. Yes, observations. First one, Pallavi sold goods to Vandana. So Pallavi is the creditor to Vandana and Vandana is the debtor to Pallavi. Goods are sold of rupees 25,000 at 10% trade discount is equal to 2,500. Therefore, the net amount of transaction of sale of goods is equal to 25,000 minus 2,500 is equal to 22,500. Bill is drawn by Pallavi to Vandana on Vandana, Pallavi on Vandana for rupees 22,500 for 3 months. Bill is drawn on which date? 16th of February 2019. Therefore, nominal due date is equal to 16th of February 2019 plus 3 months is equal to 16th of May 2019. Therefore, legal due date is equal to 16th of May 2019 plus 3 days is equal to 16th of May plus 3, that is 19th of May 2019. Next, Purva was creditor of Pallavi. So Pallavi endorsed the bill to Purva. It means the drawer Pallavi now becomes endorser and Purva becomes endorsee. On the due date, on the legal due date, Purva will demand money from Vandana. Full stop. Now the logic is very simple. If Vandana honors the bill, then all transactions are settled. If Vandana doesn't honor the bill, then Vandana should treat Pallavi as her unsettled creditor, full stop. Pallavi should treat Vandana as her unsettled debtor and Purva as her unsettled creditor, because we have not yet made payment to Purva. Unsettled, sorry for that. And Purva should treat Pallavi as her unsettled debtor. I hope it is clear to all of you to understand. Just check these observations properly. If required, please pause the video, write down the observations, and then we'll go ahead. Remember, these observations are not for exam, they are only for you and me. It becomes easy for us to understand beforehand. Before we start the entries, we are already knowing what is to be done. Okay. Now be careful, what have they told you? Give journal entries in the books of Pallavi, Vandana and Purva. So they have asked us not the journal of only two parties, but they have asked us the journal of three different parties, Pallavi as well as Vandana as well as Purva. Three parties journal is being asked to us. So we are going to consider entries in the books of Pallavi. Pallavi is the seller, so her entries will be in the yellow color. Vandana is the debtor, so her entries will be in the green color. And then for Purva, I am going to consider a different color separately. Is it clear to all of you? So I hope it is easy to understand. Any difficulty? Okay, chalo. So for the diagram also I can do the same thing. This is a good idea. I'll change the color also. I'll do the same thing. Just a minute. Diagram also I'll keep the colors of our yellow and other things. This is a good idea. So this will look nice for you, easy for you to understand. We are not changing the things. This one, yes. And Vandana I'll consider in green color. And Pallavi in yellow color. Okay, so this is how the bills are. I hope it is easy to understand. The same colors I'm going to use for their journal also. So Pallavi is our seller, that means the left hand side. Pallavi is the seller, so left hand side. Vandana is the debtor, so right hand side. And Purva separate color separately on the next page. So there will be three different pages. Normally we consider left hand side page and right hand side page. Now it will be left hand side page, right hand side page, and plus one more page for the purpose of Purva. Who is Purva? Purva is the endorsee. Who is Pallavi? Pallavi is the drawer as well as endorser. And who is drawee, or who is Vandana? Vandana is the drawee. She is not at all endorser, not at all endorsee. I hope it is easy to understand. Okay, so let me go back to the journal. Let me draw the journal in the books of drawer. Yeah, supplier, creditor, drawer. Here I have one more word I'll add, seller. Seller, creditor, or drawer or endorser. This is purchaser, buyer, drawee, or debtor, I can specify. And this is endorsee. So who is the seller? Pallavi is the seller. And who is the buyer? Vandana. And who is the endorsee? Purva. The person to whom the bill is endorsed is called as endorsee. The person who endorses the bill is called as endorser. Okay. And the person on whom the bill is drawn is called as drawer. On whom the bill is drawn is called as drawee. Okay, so these are the points. Let us consider first of all first transaction. First transaction is on 16th of February. Who sold goods to whom? Pallavi sold goods to Vandana. Goods were of rupees how much? The value of goods was rupees 25,000, but they were sold at a trade discount, and trade discount is how much? 10%. That means 2,500. So 25,000 minus 2,500, that goes to 22,500. Trade discount is never recorded in books of accounts. We have studied it in 11th standard. So we are not going to consider the value of 2,500 or 25,000, but we are going to consider the net amount of rupees 22,500. Okay, so 16th of February, let me write here 16th of February in the books of Pallavi. 16th of February 2019. Just a minute, it seems that I need to change the font size here so that it will be easy for the purpose of writing. and same is the case here. Date column I'm considering smaller one, rest of the columns are okay, that's not a problem. And let me also change the size of the particulars column and amount column, so it will be easy for writing. Okay, these two columns are of the same size and these two columns also should be of the same size. Just a moment. By that time you also complete the drawing part of your columns. Remember, all amounts should be always right aligned and all text should be always left aligned. So the entry for sale in the books of Pallavi is Vandana is the receiver, debit the receiver, and goods are going out, credit what goes out. So entry is Vandana account debit to goods account, but we never consider goods account. Goods account is classified by us into 4 categories. First one, either purchase or sale, or purchase return or sales return. That means here we are going to consider sale, goods are going out. So entry is Vandana account debit to sales account. And amount of sales is rupees how much? 22,500. 22,500. Let us write down the narration. Being goods sold on credit at 10% TD. What is TD? Trade discount. Okay. Then again same date, 16th of February 2019. And the entry will be goods are coming in, debit what comes in, purchase account debit to who is the creditor, who is the giver of goods. Pallavi is the giver of goods, so to Pallavi account, and amount is rupees how much? 22,500. 22,500, and then I'll write being goods purchased on credit at 10% TD. TD is trade discount. So the first transaction is over. What is the first transaction? Pallavi sold goods to Vandana at 10% trade discount of rupees 25,000 on 16th of February. On the same day, that is on 16th of February, Vandana accepted a bill drawn on her for the amount due for 3 months. So here in the books of Pallavi, the entry will be on 16th of February. 16th of February, same date. What is happening? Bill is coming in, debit what comes in, it is called as bills receivable, R-E-C-I-V-A-B-L-E, receivable account debit to Vandana account, and amount is how much? 22,500. Being bill received, duly accepted, or you can just write being bill received, that is also okay. Being bill received, duly accepted. And take the case of Vandana, the entry will be, who is the receiver? Pallavi is the receiver, so Pallavi account debit to what? To bill, but which bill? It will be called as bills payable for us, to bills payable account. Amount is how much? 22,500. Being bill accepted. Okay, so the second transaction is also over, bill drawn and bill accepted, that is also done. That's a good thing. Let me just change the font size of this line and this line also. Now on the due date, you tell me, sorry, now what is going to happen? They are endorsing the bill. On which date? Who is endorsing the bill to whom? Pallavi endorsed this bill to her creditor Purva on 18th of February 2019. So you tell me now, in the books of Purva, on 16th of February, when the goods were sold by Pallavi to Vandana, what must have been the entry here? Obviously no entry. Okay. Next, on the same date, when Vandana accepted the bill and gave it back to Pallavi, again what is the entry? No entry for Purva. Okay. So 16th February, other two parties have passed the entries, but Purva was not a party to these transactions. Neither she was a party of sale or purchase transaction, nor she was the party of bill of exchange drawn and accepted transaction. So on both the occasions, in her journal there is no entry. Okay. Now what is happening? On 18th of February, the bill is endorsed by Pallavi to Purva. So Pallavi will specify, I am transferring the bill. Pallavi will specify I am transferring the bill. I'm repeating again. Pallavi is specifying that I am transferring the bill. To whom I am transferring the bill? I am transferring the bill to Purva. So 18th of February 2019, Pallavi will specify Purva is the receiver. Purva account debit. To what? To bills receivable account. She can't say to bills payable account because it is not bills payable for Pallavi. It is the old bills receivable which was received by her on 16th of Feb. The old bill receivable which was received by her on 16th of February here. Let me use the laser pointer. Yes. On 16th of February the bill receivable was there. That bill receivable is getting endorsed. If you are remembering our diagram, the bill receivable which is received, that is going here. Okay, so same bill receivable is going here. We cannot call it as bills payable. It will be called as bills receivable which is going out. So entry will be Purva account debit to bills receivable account 18th of February 22,500 being bill endorsed, being Vandana's bill endorsed. What is entry in the books of Vandana? Apply your mind. Vandana is not a party to this transaction. She is neither transferring the bill nor she is receiving the bill. For her this transaction is as good as not in existence. So on 18th of February the entry in the books of Vandana will be no entry. Why no entry? Because she is not a party to this transaction. But Purva is a party to this transaction. So Purva will specify, let me pass the entry. For Purva, bill is not going out but bill is coming in. I hope you remember our diagram. For Purva, what is coming in? Bills receivable is coming in. So Purva will specify bills receivable account debit. And who is the giver? For Purva, Pallavi is the giver. So it will be to Pallavi account. In the books of Purva, the entry on 18th of February 2019 will be bills receivable account debit. Bills receivable account debit, just a minute. To what? Credit the giver. And who is the giver? Pallavi is the giver. To Pallavi account. Amount is how much? 22,500 and 22,500. Being bill received in endorsement. Being bill received in endorsement. Okay, so the transaction of goods sold is over. This transaction of goods sold must have happened in the past. We don't know exactly when it happened because they have not told that particular thing, that Purva sold goods on so and so date. So we don't know. So I'll just change the string. This is old opening balance. I'll call it as old opening balance. Or you can also call it as old amount payable. Old opening balance. Okay, so this transaction is not required to be recorded by us for sale or purchase, but we have directly recorded the transaction of bill endorsed. Let us consider next point. Then what is going to happen? Then the due date will come. And what is the due date? We have already calculated due date. Due date was 19th of May. On 19th of May, who is going to demand money from whom? Who will go to whose house on 19th of May? On 19th of May, it is Purva who will go to the house of Vandana, and she will specify that I want money. Clear to all of you? She will specify that I want money. And thereafter Vandana may honor the bill or Vandana may not honor the bill. That depends how the things will be. Clear to all of you? I hope everybody is in a position to understand what is happening. So they have told that there are three different situations. They have told that Vandana is either honoring the bill, or Vandana is not honoring the bill, or Vandana is not honoring the bill and Purva is paying noting charges. These are the three different situations. So let me consider situation A, that is bill is honored on the due date. Okay, so let me consider now A situation. 19th of May 2019. Situation A. The entry is, if Purva goes and asks the money to be paid by Vandana and Vandana honors the bill, then who is the giver? Vandana is the giver. To whom she will pay? She will pay to Purva. What will happen to Pallavi? Pallavi will receive nothing and Pallavi will pay nothing. Purva is going to Vandana's house. I repeat, Purva is going to Vandana's house. I am repeating for the last time. Purva is going to Vandana's house and Vandana is paying. Vandana says, yes, okay, no problem, I am ready to pay cash. Then who is the receiver? Purva is the receiver. Who is the giver? Vandana is the giver. And cash is going out of the cash box of Vandana. Cash is coming in the cash box of Purva. For Pallavi, she is neither the receiver nor the giver, nor cash is coming in, nor the cash is received by her. So nothing is happening in the books of Pallavi. That means Pallavi can safely say that there is no entry in my books. I hope it is easy for all of you to understand. Pallavi can safely say that there is no entry in my books, so there is no entry. Let me consider in the books of Pallavi on 18th of May 2019, if the bill is honored, then the entry is no entry. Why no entry? Because the bill is honored. On the other hand, if you are considering Vandana, she will specify, for me cash is going out of my cash box. And I am paying to whom? I am not paying to Pallavi. No sir, she is paying to Pallavi only. Yes, although she is paying to Pallavi, she is not paying to Pallavi because, no sir, she is paying to Purva. So then Purva is the receiver. That's true. But Vandana will specify, for me Purva is not important. For me what is important is she is carrying the bill. If Purva would have come to my office and would have demanded money but would not have produced the bill of exchange, then Vandana would not have paid to Purva. So Vandana is paying to Purva not because Purva is Purva. Vandana is paying to Purva because Purva is bringing the bill of exchange. So for Vandana, it is not Purva what is important, but it is the bills payable that is important. That means she will specify my bills payable is getting cancelled, my bills payable is getting honored, so my bills payable liability is getting over, bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. Amount is how much? That amount is rupees 22,500. Being our acceptance honored. That's a simple story. Being our acceptance honored. 22,500. And on the second column also, let me just write here 22,500. Okay. I hope all of you can understand this particular thing. This extra line let me remove. Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing to be kept in mind. And what is the narration? Being our acceptance honored. Being our acceptance honored. Okay, so this is how it will be. I hope you can understand the exact entry. Honored, bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. Now those of you who are keen in understanding the topic of bill of exchange properly, they'll remember, sir, last time it was discounted bill which was honored. Again the same entry was there. Discounted bill honored. Discounted bill honored. Entry was bills payable to cash or bank account. Now also honored. Entry is bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. Sir, first situation, ekdam first situation. Retained bill honored, again same entry, bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. That means you can understand in the books of drawee, if the bill is retained by the drawer, or the bill is discounted by the drawer, or the bill is endorsed by the drawer, still honored, the entry is always same, bills payable account debit to cash or bank account, 22,500. Narration is also same, being our acceptance honored. I hope it is clear to all of you. But in the case of drawer, the entries are going to change. In case of drawer, if the bill is honored and it was a retained bill, entry will be cash to bills receivable. If the bill is honored but it was discounted bill, then there is no entry because the transaction is between bank and the drawee. And if the bill is endorsed and it is honored, again there is no entry because the transaction will be between endorsee and the drawee. So drawer bolega no entry. Okay. So now let us consider what is entry in the books of Purva. In the books of Purva, this transaction will have to be recorded. Reason is Purva is receiving cash. On the due date, Purva has gone to house of, who is that, 19th, house of Vandana, and she has demanded money and Vandana has paid money. Purva is saying cash is coming in, debit what comes in, and she could say that Vandana is the giver, but then Purva will remember that अपने लिए Vandana is not important. आपल्यासाठी वंदना महत्त्वाची नाही, कारण वंदनाने आपल्याला फार प्रेमाने पैसे दिलेले नाही आहेत. आपण जर का तिला बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज दाखवलंच नसतं तर तिने आपल्याला पैसे दिले नसते. शी वुड नॉट हॅव पेड इफ वी वुड नॉट हॅव प्रोड्यूस द बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज टू हर. So we were required to show the bill of exchange to her. Then she saw the bill of exchange. She turned it over leaf. She found out whether it is endorsed or not, and then she made the payment. Plus, she accepted Purva to sign on the bill of exchange, saying that yes, money is received. And then either she can throw away the bill of exchange or she can keep it in her file. But most important, from Purva, the bill has gone now. So Purva can specify cash is coming in and bill is going out. If bill is going to be held by Purva in her own hands, then cash cannot come in. So cash is coming in only because bill is going out. Entry will be cash or bank account debit to cash or bank account debit to bills receivable account. Amount is how much? 22,500. Being endorsed bill honored. Being endorsed bill honored. Okay. So first situation is over. Very good. Beautiful situation. What was that? Bill was endorsed and thereafter it was honored by the drawee. Okay. Let us now consider the second situation. What is the second situation for us? Look at the second situation. The second situation says that what if the bill is dishonored? On the due date, if Purva goes to Vandana's house and on the due date Vandana dishonors the bill, Vandana refuses to pay the bill, then what will happen? That is what we are asking. Okay, so in such a situation, first entries will remain same. All entries will remain same. There is no need to pass them extra. I am just writing them because they are anyway easy for me to copy, nothing more than that. So first entry. What is the first entry? First entry is of 16th of February. Goods sold. Same entry. 16th of February, goods purchased, same entry. Bill drawn and received, accepted, same entry. Bill accepted, same entry. Next endorsed, same entry. So here in the books of drawee, no entry, that is also same. But now on 19th of May, I am considering instead of honored, what if it gets dishonored? That's what I am more interested in. Okay, so let me consider here dishonored. Just a minute. Here I am going to consider the entry of what? It is the entry of honored. Okay, yes. So here I am going to consider now what if the bill is dishonored. Okay, what if the bill is dishonored? Everything else is same. Only thing which is changing is instead of situation A, we are going to consider situation B. Instead of situation A, we are going to consider situation B. Okay, so what will happen? On the due date, Purva is going and demanding money. On the due date, Purva is going and demanding money. From whom? From Vandana. And Vandana is saying, sorry, I don't want to pay. Whatever you want to do, that you can do, but I am not going to pay. So in that case, Purva will specify that bills receivable has gone out, because now that bills receivable is totally useless. Now it has lost its value. Its due date is already over and Vandana is not ready to pay. So bills receivable has gone out. Bills receivable has gone out, but most important, money has not come in. So I can't say cash account debit to bills receivable account. The money is still receivable. Now you tell me, Purva will consider whom as her debtor? Purva will consider Pallavi as her debtor, or Purva will consider Vandana as her debtor? But because Vandana refused to pay. Vandana refused to pay. So Purva is now interested in deciding who is her debtor. What is your opinion? Look at the diagram. Think about it properly. Vandana has refused to pay to Purva. For Purva now, who is the debtor? Vandana is the debtor or Pallavi is the debtor? Yes, Correct. The correct answer is Pallavi is a debtor. Purva and Vandana, there is no one-to-one relationship. Purva could not have, need not have, should not have, would not have gone to Vandana's house at all. She was only interested in Pallavi. It was Pallavi who told Purva that you can go to Vandana and collect money. That's why she went to Vandana. Now if Vandana pays, Purva is happy. If Vandana doesn't pay, Purva is going to catch hold of Pallavi. She is going to say, you told me to go and collect money from Vandana. Vandana is not ready to pay. So whatever order you have given to Vandana, that Vandana has deceived the order, Vandana has disobeyed the order, you go and fight with her. For me, you are the debtor. I am not going to fight with Vandana. So I am going to just specify that for me, Pallavi is the debtor. So entry will be Pallavi is still my debtor. Pallavi is still my debtor and bills receivable is going out. So how can I say Pallavi is my debtor? I am going to debit her account. Pallavi account debit to bills receivable account, being endorsed bill dishonored. Okay. And Vandana will specify, you are asking me for payment of bill, that's a good thing, but so bills payable, anyway it's due date, its life is over, so bills payable is required to be cancelled, but cash is not going out. I am not paying cash today, so in that case I know that Pallavi will come tomorrow and will start fighting with me. She may drag me to the court of law. She may ask for recovery of bill. That means now by this act of shutting the doors on the face of Purva, by this act of dishonoring the bill, I have accepted, I have created, I have brought back Pallavi as my creditor. So to her, she will specify it is to Pallavi to whom I should still pay the money, being our acceptance dishonored. And Pallavi will specify, what is entry Pallavi will specify? She will specify, oh my goodness, since the bill is dishonored, now I still owe money to Purva and I still should receive money from Vandana. So Vandana is my debtor and Purva is my creditor. Vandana is my debtor and Purva is my creditor. So Vandana is my debtor. Vandana account debit to Purva is my creditor. To Purva account. Amount is how much? 22,500. Being our acceptance, being endorsed bill, not our acceptance, sorry for that, being endorsed bill dishonored, full stop, khatam. Simple situation. If it is honored, then the situation is different. If it is dishonored, then the situation is different. In the books of Vandana, you can see that the entries of discounted bill dishonored. Discounted bill dishonored, again bills payable to Ashwini. Ashwini was the drawer. Here also it is bills payable to Pallavi because Pallavi is the drawer. Discounted bill dishonored. Discounted bill dishonored. In the books of drawer, the entry was drawee, that is Ajinkya account debit to bank account because bank will immediately recover money from the account of Ashwin. In our case now, since Purva does not have control over the bank account of Pallavi, money will not get out of the bank account of Pallavi, so money is still payable to Purva. That's why it is not to bank account, but it is to Purva account and debit will be to Vandana. Vandana is my debtor and Purva is my creditor. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay. Now let us consider the last situation that Purva is paying what? She is paying the noting charges. And what is the amount of noting charges? Noting charges are rupees 175. Okay. Noting charges are rupees 175. So I am considering situation number C here. Dishonored and noting charges. Dishonored and noting charges. Okay. Dishonored and noting charges. And here also I am going to consider situation C. First all entries are same. Only the last entry will change. Dishonored and noting charges. So what will happen? On the due date, Purva will go to Vandana's house. Will ask Vandana to pay the money. Vandana is not paying. Vandana is shutting the door off. So Purva will, instead of directly going to Pallavi, she is first of all going to Notary Public. Notary Public is government authorized officer who is maintaining a register. He will write down the particular transaction that Purva has gone to Vandana's house. Vandana has failed to pay. And for writing that entry, which can be afterwards used as a proof in the court of law, the notary public is going to charge some money. How much money he has charged? 175 rupees he has charged. So entry will be, Purva will specify, I am going to recover 22,500 rupees from Pallavi, because Pallavi is my debtor. Plus I am also going to recover 175 rupees from Pallavi. सर पण तुम्ही मला काय शिकवलं होतं, ज्याची चूक त्याला भोगायला लागते. तर चूक कोणी केली? वंदनाने केली. म्हणजे who should pay noting charges? Noting charges should be paid by Vandana. Then why Purva is demanding money from Pallavi for noting charges? Yes, what you are saying is true. The person who makes mistake must bear the charges of mistake. The transaction of dishonor, the event of dishonor has happened on account of Vandana. So the person who has made the mistake is Vandana. That means the charges for noting charges for this mistake should be borne by Vandana, not by Pallavi. So sir, in that case our entry should be Pallavi account debit 22,500, Vandana account debit 175 to bills receivable account. Yes, what you are saying is true. One can say like that. But it is not a correct method, because for Purva, Vandana is not important. For Purva, Pallavi is important. Purva will specify, if Pallavi would not have told me to go and collect money from Vandana, I would have never gone there. So for me, this mistake has happened because of Pallavi's instruction. Pallavi has given an instruction to me to go and collect money from Vandana, which she did not pay. So ultimately for me, this entire fault is of Pallavi. That means I am going to recover money from Pallavi, the 22,500 of the bill plus 175 I paid for noting charges. Pallavi may afterwards demand it from Vandana. That is her problem. Why should I demand from Vandana? Vandana has already refused to pay the amount of original bill to me. Since she is not paying the original bill, what is the guarantee that I can recover 175 rupees from her afterwards? So there is no point in me talking to Vandana. For me, Pallavi is important. I am going to consider Pallavi, you should pay me 22,500 rupees for the purpose of bill, plus you should pay me 175 rupees for the purpose of noting charges. It becomes 22,675 rupees I am going to recover from. And now is the most important point. That is, to bills receivable account 22,500 cannot be changed by us. Pallavi account will be 22,675. That is correct. Reason is, Pallavi is our debtor by the amount of 22,500 bill plus 175 rupees which we paid towards noting charges. But at the same time, the bill which is getting cancelled, the bill which is dishonored today, that is of rupees 22,500 only, because that is the amount which was debited here in this earlier entry. Bills receivable account will be 22,500. So bills receivable cannot be now changed. The amount of bills receivable should be 22,500. Sir, then the entry is not tallying. Debit is 22,675 and credit is 22,500. Entry is not tallying. This is not done. I'll specify, yes, you are having very good observation, but at the same time, I cannot change the amount of bills receivable. The bill which was presented by me for the purpose of honor to Vandana was of rupees 22,500. The bill which she has dishonored is of rupees 22,500. We are considering that 22,675 can be recovered from Pallavi because, number one, the bill of 22,500 was dishonored, and number two, that is, we paid cash. We paid cash to whom? To notary public. How much cash did we pay? We paid rupees 175. So I'm going to specify being endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges paid by us. Okay. So the entry will be telling now. Your observation of every debit must have equal and corresponding credit is also properly followed. Second, the bill is actually dishonored of rupees 22,500, but we are demanding 175 because from our pocket just now we have paid 175 rupees extra to the notary public, which we are going to demand from Pallavi. So the entry will be Pallavi account debit to bills receivable account to cash account. Remember, many students make a mistake here. In a hurry in examination, they completely pass the entry Pallavi account debit to bills receivable account full amount 22,675, which is not correct. It is Pallavi account with 22,675 perfect amount. That is not a problem. But to bills receivable cannot be increased. Bills receivable amount is same 22,500, and to cash account because that much cash is getting out of our pocket. And why are we giving this cash? Because we want to recover it from Pallavi ultimately. Are you getting the point what I'm trying to specify? So please be careful. This is a very important part. Entire process of endorsement is very easy. Generally students make mistake of only noting charges, that too in the books of endorsee, that they forget to consider bills receivable which is dishonored is not of 22,675, it is of rupees 22,500. Entry will be Pallavi account debit to bills receivable account 22,500 and Pallavi account debit to cash account 175. They are actually speaking two entries. I have combined them and I have considered one single entry, Pallavi to bills receivable to cash. Don't forget to consider cash separately. Noting charges cannot be added, clubbed in the amount of bills receivable. Bills receivable amount should be separate and cash paid for noting charges should be separate. Now let us go to Vandana. What Vandana is going to specify? She is going to specify I am dishonoring the bill. I am dishonoring the bill. So bill payable is of rupees 22,500. But because I am dishonoring the bill and noting charges are going to be paid by Purva, which she will recover from Pallavi, which Pallavi will recover from me, and it is my mistake, जिसका mistake उसका खर्चा, ज्याची चूक त्याला भोगायला लागते. The person who makes the mistake must bear the charges of the mistake. That means it is necessary that I'll have to pay the noting charges. So she will specify noting charges account debit. Let me disappear from the screen, and yes, the amount will be coming here, 175 rupees. So she will specify for me Pallavi's account to be considered is 22,675, and narration will be just a minute. Let me reduce the font size of all these different entries so you can see it in one single go. Just a moment. Okay, this one is done. This one is also I'm going to reduce now. Just a minute. Yes, so it is easy for you to see it in one single glance. Okay, so Vandana is going to specify that I did not honor the bill, so my bills payable is getting cancelled, matured by dishonor. So in that case it is necessary that I should cancel the bills payable from my books, and at the same time I should accept it that I'll have to pay noting charges, and all these things are payable to whom? To Pallavi. I owe to Pallavi an amount of rupees 22,675. Number one, because of dishonoring the bill of rupees 22,500. Number two, because of noting charges paid by Purva. So being our acceptance dishonored and noting charges recorded. And Pallavi will specify Vandana is my debtor by rupees 22,675 and Purva is my creditor by rupees 22,675. Now at present no cash is getting out of the pocket of Pallavi. At present no cash is coming in the pocket of Pallavi. At present no noting charges are on her shoulder. Only thing is that she will recover not only 22,500, she will recover 175 rupees extra from Vandana, and entire amount of this 22,500 plus 175 she will pay to Pallavi. She will pay to Purva. So entry will be being endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges paid by Purva. Full stop. I hope it is easy to understand. Okay, so this is how the transactions are required to be recorded. Just a minute. This is 12. Okay. So please go through the entries wherever required. Please pause the video and check out exactly how the entries are passed. The entry for dishonored bill, endorsed bill dishonored and noting charges are very important. In the books of endorsee, entry will be drawer account debit Pallavi to bills receivable account, but drawer account debit by bills receivable and noting charges. Bills receivable account same, and cash is going out, so to cash account 175. That is, cash account is credited by the amount of noting charges. In the books of drawer, very simple entry. Drawee account debit to endorsee account and full amount, combined amount of bill plus noting charges. In the books of drawee, the entry will be bills payable at the original amount plus noting charges account debit, because it is our expenditure. The person who makes the mistake must bear the charges of the mistake. So noting charges account debit to what? To Pallavi account, because to Pallavi is our drawer. We don't know who is Purva. For us, what is important is Pallavi. We have broken the order, we have disobeyed the order which was given by Pallavi in the past. So for us, punishment will come from Pallavi, not from Purva. Purva and Pallavi, both of them will see whatever is their transaction. I am going to consider my transaction. That is what Vandana is going to say. So this is how the entries will be. Okay. In the next lecture, I'll talk about the last situation, that is called as bill sent to bank for collection. Thereafter, I'm going to consider one lecture of summary of all the different situations. If this happens, then what is entry? If this happens, then what is entry? In the books of this fellow, in the books of that fellow. One summary lecture, simple, small lecture. One single lecture having all the rules of all the different situations without any problem, just for the sake of rules. And thereafter, I'll start with practice problems. I hope you are in a position to understand now each and every concept from the viewpoint of journal entries also properly. So thank you very much for being with me, showing your stamina, showing your inquisitiveness for the purpose of studies. Keep it up. Meet me in the next lecture where I'm going to discuss the last basic problem, that is called as bill sent to bank for collection, how the entries will be passed. Okay, after that we are going to consider rules wala problem, and then we are going to consider practice lectures. So thank you very much. Bye bye.